Hello boys and girls. Now I know I said that I couldn't wait for the season to finish, but now it has. How boring is it? I cannot wait for the season to start again and I get to go and watch the Arsenal. But to fill the void, I need to make some videos. So yesterday I put it out there on Twitter that I was going to do a Q&A. I asked for your questions. I've had literally hundreds of replies. Thank you to every single one of you who has replied. I can't answer you all. So I've done the best I can in picking the best ones. And hopefully you enjoy. Now the first question comes from an Aaron McCarthy. And he says, who would be in your all-time five-a-side team? Wow. That's a good question. Very good question. I would pick Arsenal players, obviously. Top of my head, straight away, I would go David Seaman in goal. Safe hands. Would fill that goal as well. Pretty formidable keeper in there, I reckon. Gonna have to stick a defender in there. And I'm gonna go with Koscielny. Reason being, five-a-side, bit of agility, bit of pace. I think that he would be the perfect one to stick in there. The other three, I would go with Patrick Vieira. Gonna have to put a tough tackler in there, someone that's gonna smash a few people. And then you need the creativity and the goal scorer. Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry. Pretty formidable five-a-side team if you ask me. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that one. Next question comes from Akato Lamin. Hopefully I pronounced his name right. Apologies if I haven't. And he has said, what has been your highs and lows as an Arsenal supporter? Highs are definitely when you win trophies. You only have to go back a month ago to when we won the FA Cup against Chelsea. Unbelievable. Anfield 89. You talk about Copenhagen when we won the Cup Winners' Cup. Winning leagues at Old Trafford, White Hart Lane. Most amazing feelings. Huge highs. Lows, Champions League final in Paris. Other finals as well, Birmingham City in the League Cup, that was hard to take. Naeem from the halfway line, that was tough. So yeah, I'd say the ultimate highs are the trophies, and the ultimate lows are when you lose those trophies. So it's tough, but I've been lucky and I've been privileged as an Arsenal fan to see many trophies won. Just the big one not won yet. That's the only one left on my list, Champions League. We'll see. Not next year though, Europa League for us. Next question comes from its_Guna, and he's asked me how I become a DJ. Very good question. It was a long time ago now, well over 20 years in fact. There used to be a club in Luton called Rumours. My godfather worked on the door there. Best way of describing this club, it was very underground. Now, I used to go down there every weekend. I got chatting to one of the DJs there, became very, very good friends with him. And I had a massive love for music anyway. And this kind of just was the natural progression for me. My brother also worked with a collective called Love Light. Now, you all know Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV. He also worked for a collective as well called Sovereign. Massive DJ was back in the day. And Sovereign and Love Light were massive rivals. Not rivals in the sense that there was violence or anything like that, but they had massive sound clashes. And I was a part of all that. And yeah, I played some massive venues back in the day. And I remember when EZ first come onto the scene and I was DJing at a place called Tracks Nightclub, which is in Hitchin, way, way back in the day, for Love Light on the same bill as EZ. And it was when he literally just broke onto the scene and he'd just won his first Underground DJ of the Year award. And it's just progressed from there. It's something that I love doing. I love my music. And I don't think I'll ever stop. So I enjoy it. I enjoy it. If you don't love music, then what is life? Come on now. So that's 3 questions down. Not doing too bad so far. I'm still going to answer some more. But before I do that, I'm going to let you lot know about a little Q&A SMS text messaging service called Bongo. Now, before you sit there and start going, DT, you sellout, have you seen the ad cuts? Listen, Man's got to eat, so don't start moaning. Now, like I said, it's a Q&A SMS service, and if you text Bongo, they will text you back something about yourself. Now, when I first heard this, I thought, nah, can't be. So I thought I'd give it a try. I was actually very, very shocked at what they knew. Now, you got to text your full name and your town to 66668. Yeah, I got that right. 66668. And they will reply back to you. Now, before you go texting, please remember you've got to be over 16 years old and you do need the bill payer's permission. Better go and ask your mum. So the first text I sent Bongo was secret Mr. DT Luton. And the reply I got was Bongo knows everyone knows angry Arsenal fan TV man. Hold on, when the fuck have you ever seen me angry? Mr. DT loves the Arsenal so much he even bleeds red. Very true. But they might not know he's more of a secret lord than Tarzan. Secret lord. That's for another video, and I'll talk about that one. Kieran knows another secret of Mr. DT's. He's actually a massive Wenger fan. Joke. Yeah, I'm a real massive Wenger fan, ain't I? Maybe if he signs Lacazette, Mbappe, Lamar, then I might actually start to like him again. But until then, no. Now the next question I sent was hate Mr. DT Luton. The reply I got was Bongo knows Arsene Wenger and Stan Kroenke probably hate Mr. DT more than they hate spending money on players. I'm not too sure about that. Because it looks to me like they definitely hate spending money. Although, that said, Lacazette is nearly in the bag. Not bad. But once he's holding the shirt up, then I'll get happy. Or encouraging any to even stay. Don't get me started on that. Alexis Sanchez better be staying. Greg and Troops know it's probably because Mr. DT speaks the truth more than a politician on opposites day. Yeah, that's really strange as well, because a lot of you that are thinking, who's Greg? Greg's one of my oldest friends, one of my best friends. And Bongo knows all of this. We all know who Troops is, ham roll. But do I speak the truth more than a politician? Damn right. That's crazy. That's really crazy that they know that kind of stuff. Yeah, like I said, give it a try yourself. Text to 66668. Make sure you ask the bill payer's permission, like I said. Put your name and your town in. And ask Bongo some questions for yourself. Now, back with the Q&A. Next question comes from an Adam Kearney 14. And he asked, do you ever get recognised in public a lot? And has a hater ever approached you in real life? Two questions there, quite sneaky. Yes, I get recognised a hell of a lot now. It used to be just at football, but now it's just in normal everyday life. Going to the shops, out with the family, the children and whatnot. I haven't got a problem with it. It's all love, it's all good. Now I've got my own YouTube channel as well. It's part of the territory. If you don't like it, you shouldn't get into it. But it is still surreal. I still see myself as just me. I'm an ordinary fan. But yeah, it's nice, especially when people come up and they talk to you and they have good conversations, and yeah, it's all right, it's all right. And has a hater ever approached me? Yes, on a couple of occasions they have. Nothing's ever got physical, probably because they realise that when they stand next to me, I'm not actually 5'5" and I'm not actually fat. What normally happens is that they express their reasons of why they don't like what I do or say. We normally have a good conversation, and by the end of it, they walk away feeling that, you know what, he's not actually a bad person in real life. He's a very passionate guy about his club, loves his club, and that's just the way he gets his views across. And, you know, best way of describing me, I'm like Marmite, love me or hate me. Don't bother me, Next question comes from an Arsenal Josh 4, and he says, when was your first interview on Arsenal Fan TV, and what made you want to express your thoughts? Now, I've mentioned this before, but I don't know how many people will have actually picked up on it. My first ever interview was a few years ago, away to Leicester City, when we drew 1-1. If I remember rightly, Olivier Giroud had just broken his leg against Everton the week before or something. And we had Yaya Sanogo up front. Yaya Sanogo, the postman. We were about a day away from the end of the transfer window, and we were signing no one again. We'd just got Mesut Ozil. I couldn't understand why you would have the best number 10 out there, but no striker to complement him. Robbie was in the middle of doing interviews. Now, I'd seen Arsenal Fan TV on a few occasions when I was at the games, and I'd watched a few interviews, but never really gone on there. And I came out, I was angry. Someone had just finished and Robbie was kind of looking around, looking for someone to interview, and I just stepped in. Said what I had to say, and the video went really well. I looked a hell of a lot younger than I do now. It's amazing what Arsenal has done to my age in the last couple of years. But yeah, it kind of went from there. After that, I thought I want to express myself a little bit more and a little bit more. And people liked the videos, some people hated them, and it just went from there. It's as simple as that. One of my videos went viral, and the rest is history. Now, we've got time for one more question, and this question comes from Brian McG23, and I think this is a very, very good question. And he says, towards the end of last season, there was a lot of fans turned on Arsenal. Do you think the same hostility will be there going into the new season? Wow. Now, this is the thing. If Arsenal gets the signings done before the season starts and we are prepared, then I think a lot of people, including myself, will be quite optimistic and quite ready for the new season. And there won't be animosity, there won't be no banners and things like that. A lot of us will say, right, he's gone out there and spent the money, he's gone out there and bought the players that are needed. Let's give him the chance. Let's go. Let's all get behind the team and let's crack on with the new season. But if he doesn't go and get the players that are needed, and if we're not ready for the first game of the season, like we haven't been for the last few years, then I think that already there's going to be a lot of fans with their back up. My problem is that if we have a couple of bad results, how's that going to affect things? You know, if we go into a couple of games, you remember last year we started off the season poorly against Liverpool, but then we went on a brilliant run. And then we played Everton and Man City back to back, and we lost both. And things started to turn from there, and things went bad. That's my only concern. Will things turn very quickly if we lose a few games? Proof is in the pudding, as they say. Down to Arsenal now, down to Ivan Gazidis and Stan Kroenke and the rest of them to back him with the money and go out there and show a real statement of intent. That's what I want to see anyway. And who knows, we could have a very good season, but we'll wait and see. So there we go, Q&A, and I've let you know about Bongo. As I said already, make sure you get the bill payer's permission, 66668, and get them to answer some questions about yourself. Make sure if you do, you send me some screenshots, let me know on Twitter what he said, and to a few of you, if I'm not already, I'm going to follow you back. It's pre-season, I'm in a good mood at the moment, so enjoy it while it lasts. I'm out of it.